Trump derangement syndrome of the day. There was a ton of Trump derangement syndrome in the last day or so.
Proud to be woke, proud to be a liberal, proud to be a Democrat. Hell yeah. What does that mean? That means that I care about everybody. That means I care about the USA. That means I care about our air. That means I care about our parks, our oceans. That means I care about what is going on. That doesn't mean that I am a MAGA, which is a racist Republican. There is a complete difference. You can be a Republican and you're not a MAGA and you're not a racist piece of shit. But yes, I will always stay woke. I will always be a liberal and I will always care about my country, the United States of America. Yes, I love America. I love what it stands for. I also love our Constitution. You will never break it, rip it, or burn it.
Love America, but you don't love MAGA, the largest voting bloc there is, and by a pretty sizable margin. And I also find it funny the people that like try to champion the word woke. Oh, I'm proudly woke. Okay. This woman is talking about Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines has been such a successful transphobe that her name is being attached to bills across the country trying to ban trans athletes and impede on trans rights. And the thing that I can't get past, besides the transphobia and the hatred and the bigotry and just the hatefulness of all of it, right?
Yeah, of course, just the hatefulness. Besides all these words that are in my head because the TV told me a bunch of times, transphobe, bigot. Besides all that, we can continue.
Is that I can't imagine being such a sore loser that having to share a 5th place trophy with a trans woman sent me into a years-long spiral to this degree. Riley Gaines has admitted that the thing that really bothered her was that when she tied for 5th place with Leah Thomas, 5th place, the thing that really upset her was that they gave Leah the trophy and she got to stand on the podium with the trophy. And Riley had to hold the 6th place trophy and they were going to mail her trophy in the mail. And she just didn't think that was fair.
Look, I don't know if I believe that. Maybe there's a clip of that. But what Riley Gaines is doing with regard to women's sports is so much bigger, obviously, than what happened to her during one swimming competition. I mean, this argument makes no sense. Not everybody is that selfish that everything in life is about them. This just makes the person that posted this look incredibly selfish. Why does what Riley Gaines is doing have to be just such this self-centered thing? Okay, a bit of a change up. We have a Trump derangement syndrome tweet here from Rep. Jasmine Crockett. Apparently a rocket from Elon Musk blew up last night, but whatever. Like, things like that are going to happen when you're trying to do crazy stuff. But she says, I'll just read the middle. We know his failures have nothing to do with DEI because he doesn't believe in it, but he'd possibly be succeeding right now if he did believe. So apparently DEI, or a lack thereof, is what Elon is missing at his companies. Also, just the attitude of criticizing a rocket exploding. That's like not having a driver's license and then watching Formula One and being like, oh, he should have turned left there. He should have turned right. And speaking of Jasmine Crockett, I think this one's a little bit old, but I saw it across my feed recently.
If you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists.
Let me make sure y'all got the fact.
I'm not going to Google that. There's just no way in any universe that is true.
Most extreme crimes that take place in this country are committed by white supremacists. 80%.
80%. People are clapping. What does that even mean? How on earth would you ever measure that? And even if you could, there's just no way that would ever be true. Okay, here's a pronoun one. I don't cover these too much because I feel like it's kind of an issue that's been talked about so much, but I'll cover this one for a specific reason.
My pronouns are they, them, or at least that's what I share with people most often. But for this particular meeting, I will come out fully as saying that my pronouns are she, they, him. Now, I don't usually go into that because it becomes a quite interesting, delicate conversation about what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. And I get that. That is a conversation that we don't generally have.
Look, the reason I want to cover that, I don't care. Does anyone care? That's a conversation I guess you could have with your doctor if you want. In any other setting, what is the point of that? It just sounds to me like you just want to talk about yourself. Just share information. I feel like sometimes the LGBT stuff can come like that too. It's just oversharing. I don't care. You shouldn't just get to like immediately start sharing all this personal information and then expect people to just sit there and be like, that's so interesting. I just think a lot of this stuff has gotten way too far. Nobody should care about that stuff right off the bat. Talk to your doctor or maybe like your close friend about that if you want. This one's actually over a year old, but I just found it or just saw it. It's very funny.
In a couple of presidential cycles, you'll be on election night. You'll be announcing that we're calling the 38 electoral votes of Texas for the Democratic nominee for president. It's changing. It's going to become a purple state and then a blue state because of the demographics, because of the population growth of folks from outside of Texas.
In fact, Trump's margin of victory in Texas proved to be the largest in a presidential race in 20 years.
We want to bring our Jack Fink back in to show us how the results of this year's race compared to years past. Jack.
Well, Karen and Ken, former president and now President-elect Donald Trump has been on the ballot 3 times, and this was his highest margin of victory in Texas. Trump beat Vice President Harris by more than 1.5 million votes in the Lone Star State.
Here's a post from a Democratic representative. The title here says on the post, letting my Gen Z staff write the script.
Yo, this is the ranking Rizzler on appropriations, serving Connecticut's 3rd District. It's time to enter your dark academia Congress era. All right, besties, House appropriation is the money moves in Congress. We are not chasing the bag, we are the bag. Democrats are making life smoother through government funding. It's giving, it's giving. So Sigma, main character energy. But Republicans' Project 2025 is mad sus. Eliminating the Department of Education? Negative aura points. Basically, the biggest phantom tax on the environment, on your education, and your rights. Big L posting it online, buddy. Democrats understood the assignment, but go off. See how I keep you informed? Very cutesy, very demure.
Oh my goodness, man. That was brutal. This person is talking about the moment of Rep. Green shaking the cane during President Trump's address to Congress.
Seems like a blatant disrespect for the House, and it wasn't coming from Representative Green. It was coming from the men behind him on the right side who were telling him and yelling, sit down. I mean, it felt like...
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
I was watching something in a history class of racists yelling at an elderly black man challenging the president of the United States not to cut medical care for the sick.
Not to challenge him. Maybe just post the next time on Twitter. Maybe challenge him there. So with that said, I'll finish the video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and have a great day.